Yeah.
So much they was trying to eat it.
So when do you think this is going to happen?
We're in that time frame right now.
Well, I mean, when do you think it's going to go full force?
I mean, look, I can't give you a date. I can't give you.
I don't expect you to.
I can't give you a date on it. The best thing I can tell you to do is, where they have those channels where they deal with the money and they keep talking about the economy.
Right.
The more and more that the dollar, see, the buying power of the dollar right now is like roughly about, say, maybe like 4 cents.
Right.
Because of hyperinflation.
Yeah.
Since what causes hyperinflation is when they print up more of this money and they put it in circulation, that causes the money that's already in circulation, the value to go down, because since there's more dollars out there, it takes more dollars to buy the same things. That's how inflation is created.
The value of everything
Right.
else skyrockets.
The value of everything skyrockets because the dollar is not worth what it used to be anymore. Like back in the 30s, $6 would get you a month's worth of groceries. But now, $6 might barely get you a pound of turkey.
Can't even get on the train.
I don't think, can you get on the train with $6 now?
Well,
Barely.
Barely, like she said, barely. And what they doing to us right now is just like when you take a wash rag and you wet it and you squeeze that last bit of water out so you hang it up to dry. They squeezing that last bit of blood out of us.
Yeah.
That's what they doing. The prices just keep going up on everything. In other words, what they're doing is they're wrenching us out.
Yeah.
You wrench it out.
Because they say poverty in this country or in New York is at an all-time high.
Right. You know what they say? They say 1 in 4 children in America are hungry. 1 in 4.
That's terrible.
That means 1, 2, 3, 4 hungry. 1, 2, 3, 4 hungry. 1, 2, 3, 4 hungry.
Terrible.
Yeah. Exactly. And the people that are perpetuating this are the elites. Like I said before, the elites that run this country and run the world, because they control the money of the world. Yep. They don't just control the money in America, they control the money in Greece. That's why over there those riots is happening in Greece, Portugal, over in Ireland, and now those riots are coming here to the United States. Because the Occupy Wall Street thing is about college kids that went to school and spent $60,000, $80,000 on their education. Now they got that $80,000 education and you can't get a job. You can't even get a $12,000 or $15,000 a year job at McDonald's because the manager at McDonald's is scared to death with all them qualifications that you got. So why they gonna hire you? They ain't gonna hire you. They're gonna hire Joe Schmo and tell you, look, you're overqualified. Goodbye. So then, okay, you take care. You take care. Finish it. Finish it.
Yeah, it says, and the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and with brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
That's it. So anyone that received the mark, now this guy down there on over there on 44th Street, this guy called General Iguana, he's not teaching that. He's trying to teach that the mark that is speaking about there is Christianity. How the hell is the mark talking about Christianity? The scripture said that the mark is going to be placed in your right hand or in your forehead. The scripture said he calls it all, both small and great, meaning no matter if you're broke, if you poor, or if you got money, you got substance in this society, whether you poor, middle class, or even rich, you're going to have to receive that mark. And that's the only way you're going to have access to anything in this place.
Below it, it says either to buy or sell.
Right, and like this brother said, the scriptures say you can neither buy nor sell, save he that have the mark. Right. So what the hell else is it talking about? It ain't talking about because you have the philosophy of Christianity inside of your brain. It ain't talking about. It's talking about the actual. Where's it at? It's talking about the actual RFID chip.
Yep.
And this is all about monitoring everybody. Why is it all of a sudden they want cameras on every corner now? Why? To monitor you.
That's right.
After 9/11 was created to basically destroy the private what you call your rights.
Your rights, yeah.
9/11 was created to destroy the Bill of Rights.
Yep.
And the Constitution. Don't the Constitution protect you against illegal search and seizure, the Fourth Amendment?
Right.
Not no more.
I'll come up right here.
Cop ain't gotta have.
I don't have to read you your rights.
They ain't gotta have probable cause.
Yep.
They ain't gotta read you your rights. Wait a minute. What's this movie? There was a movie that showed that. The movie, it came out a couple years back. The Departed with Jack Nicholson. Mm-hmm. Now, if you remember in the movie when the cops they were trying to catch him, right? His character's name was Francis. That was the name of the character he played. Irish mob boss named Francis in the movie or whatever. So they were trying to catch him. So then they were setting up cameras because there were some computer parts that were stolen. So they went to a certain area, they had cameras set up, and then the one cop, played by Alec Baldwin, said to the other guy, he said, yeah. He said they got the camera set up. He said, Patriot Act, Patriot Act. Because before, the cops weren't able to do that.
To do that, right.
They couldn't do things like that on you. But now, he grabbed the guy and started shaking him. Patriot Act, Patriot Act. When did the Patriot Act come about? 9/11.
Yeah, that's right.
And after effect of that was George Bush put it out, every phone got to have GPS. Prior to 9/11, phones didn't have a GPS thing system in it.
Right.
Now, every phone got GPS as of after 9/11. In 2006, they passed the NSA bill, which is the Privacy Act. In 2006, I remember because we was actually out here on this corner speaking, and it was in 2006 that the NSA bill went into effect, where it gave probable cause to the FBI and whoever to listen in on American citizens' phone conversations.
Yeah, that was
to wiretap everybody.
Enemy of the state.
And like you said, that was in 1998. The movie Enemy of the State came out, but roughly about 8 years after that, 2006, the actual privacy bill was passed. A lot of black people don't know nothing about that. See, I'm going back 5 years on that. It was passed, and they were legally able to listen in on your phone conversations. And I believe it lasted for a year, because in 2007, they so-called took that power away from the NSA, which is bull. They still got that power to listen to you. So these little, I was telling some simple dumbass drug dealers in the hood. I said, look, man, you only get money because they're allowing you to get money. You ain't big enough yet. You ain't public property. If you become public property, if you start moving a couple keys, some real weight, then you become public property. Now you got to start paying people, so they don't bust you. They know exactly every cell that you making, man. Because who ain't working off the cell phone now? Back in the 90s, everybody was working off the beeper. And the cops got hip to the beeper because all you got to do is you get the crackhead, and look, crackhead, we're gonna lock your ass up. So set the nigga up, and the crackhead will set your ass up and take your crack and go smoke it. Right? They do that now. The crackhead snitches. Crackhead snitches all in the hood. I ain't glorifying that drug dealing bullshit. Okay, but these niggas, they really think they doing something. They really think they on. You niggas ain't on no damn level, man. They got your ass. They got you cornered every which way. And anytime they want, they can get your ass. And they listen to you making your little talk. Oh yeah, well, okay, yeah, come to the corner. I'll be to the corner. I'll bring that thing to the corner. They listen to know what you're talking about. If you ain't slick, read.
2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right. The scripture said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Well, basically, let's put the right word there, the so-called white man. Right. Should get read it again.
Right. Lest the so-called white man should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right. So we are not ignorant to his devices. Now, there was a movie that came out with this guy, Shia LaBeouf, you know, the little dude that's in the Transformer movies, called Eagle Eye. In the movie Eagle Eye, Shia LaBeouf. In the movie Eagle Eye, they brought out that that the government can listen in on your phone conversations through your cell phone. And they can also activate the camera. Now, you know, the pushers, everybody get a camera phone. They can actually, not only if this phone is in the room, through their satellite, they can hear the conversation. So they don't have to have nobody come and bug your telephone and put a bug in the lamp, and the bug is already there. The cell phone. Everything digital. All you got to do is know how to grab it.
Show you in Dark Knight.
Like he said, they show you in Dark Knight. That's another movie. Dark Knight Batman. But in this movie, they said, look, they can listen in on your all you got to do is have the phone sitting there in the room with the battery still in the phone. They can hear everything that goes on in the room through the speaker in your speakerphone. Because you got a speaker, right? If they want, they can activate the camera and see what's going on there wherever you at. They brought that out in the movie Eagle Eye. Now, yesterday I was driving while I was working. I was in Jersey. I was on my way back, and they were talking about. They said the newest thing out there is spyware. They said beware of your spouse, because your spouse, talking about different women, that your husband might have put spyware in your phone, so that way when someone calls your phone or sends a text, they'll receive and be able to read your text message and hear your phone conversation. You might have spyware on your phone. So showing that all this stuff is real.
They got a spyware app on the phone.
Right, there's a spyware app on the phone showing you all this stuff is real. This whole age is all about them tracking you and seeing everything that you do. That's what it's about. Hold up. So finish that off in Corinthians. It's like Satan should get an advantage.
Right. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right. The scriptures say, for we are not ignorant to his devices. We're not ignorant to his devices. We're not ignorant to their legislation and to their plans that they're setting up. And basically what the New World Order is basically to put black people back in slavery. That's basically what it is. That's what it's all about. It all centers around them killing us, torturing us, and basically putting us back in physical slavery. And that's why we need the Lord to what? The Lord to redeem us out of this captivity. The Lord is the one that's going to redeem us out of this place. What you got?
Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty.
Right. The Lord said, this is Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. The Lord is going to disappoint this man. He's going to throw a monkey wrench in all their plans. Go ahead.
So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Right. So that their hands could not perform their enterprise. See that term on the dollar bill, annua coeptis, it means announcing the birth, and it also means our enterprise is crowned with success. Annuit coeptis. Our enterprise is crowned with success. Go ahead.
Right. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Right. That enterprise that they're performing right now is the New World Order. A lot of people don't know when Hitler became Chancellor of Germany, after they had what's called the Reichstag fire, then Hitler became Chancellor of Germany. He got power and assumed power, and then he started something in Germany called Fatherland Security. After 9/11, when the towers went down, George Bush set up Homeland Security. So they're running the same program that was running Nazi Germany, because Nazi Germany was a trial run to what they're running here in America right now. Also in Nazi Germany, before Hitler became Chancellor, the money went totally belly up. The money was called the Weimar Republic. It was called the Weimar Deutschmark. And there were pictures of German people back then taking a wheelbarrow full of those Weimar Deutschmarks to go and get a loaf of bread. Because the money was devalued so badly, it took a wheelbarrow full of that money to go and get one loaf of bread. Why you think in countries like Cuba, I know this one Cuban guy I know, he told me, look, in Cuba, to get a pack of steak cost $1,600 in Cuban money. This is back in the 90s. Those third world countries. They're third world countries because the United States went in there and basically devalued their money. Gave them loans through the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and said, well, look, you can't pay the loan back, so this is what you got to do. You got to drop down the value of your dollar versus the U.S. currency. And then you got to put this guy in office. You got to set this guy up in office. Because since you can't pay us back, then we got to have some control in your country now. That's why all of these third world countries, their money ain't worth nothing. And the people over there are starving like crazy. And America basically is a third world country that hasn't realized it's a third world country yet. This is a third world country. All the industry left the country. So you got Occupy Wall Street, but there ain't nothing here. All the corporations that you could have took that associate's degree or bachelor in science degree or master's to go and get one of them high paying office jobs with, they ain't here. So you got a master's degree with no money. And the student loan, you can only defer it, but for so long. How long you gonna keep it in deferment? When you first come out of school, the loan is deferred for 6 months. Then after the 6 months is up, they send you the papers. Okay, it's time for you to start paying